Good morning, Savvy. It's Scott. I am driving down to Ballantyne. Just wanted to go over real quickly. We had a provisional broker and newish agent meeting the other day and talked about working with real estate agents brochure and an agency. It's something that I still get calls about. I do recommend using the working with real estate agents brochure, and I try to keep those stocked in the office rather than using the one that prints off of zip forms. It looks less like a contract, a little more friendly to use. Secondly, we boiled down the key points to go over with a potential client. First, being that they need to understand that you represent the seller until they agree for you to be their buyer's agent. You can inform them that this is the brochure is a consumer protection piece of information, and if you want to give a little background, the reason this is in place is that it used to be that all agents represented sellers, and people would go out riding around with an agent assuming that agent was their agent, tell them all kinds of confidential information, and then they would find out after they were ready to make their offer that the agent was actually representing the seller, giving the seller an advantage in the negotiations. This actually happened to me on my first home purchase. At the time of signing contract, he said, "Oh, I need you to sign this little form that says you understand that I represent the seller." I did not understand that he represented the seller. So, first key point, make sure they understand you represent the seller and that they should keep confidential information to themselves until, oh, sorry, sun came in, until they have decided whether to use you as a buyer's agent. They can verbally agree for you to be a buyer's agent on that one particular listing, and you would be their agent and you would be owed a commission if they bought that house. If not, they then have time to decide whether to sign a buyer agency agreement with you so that you can continue to work with them and represent their interest. Number two, seller's agents and listing agents represent the seller. It doesn't give you any advantage to not have a buyer's agent. Though you have to bear in mind that those agents are representing the seller. Even in new homes communities, we think that's important to make sure that they understand that, because if they drive into a new homes community, they can be told, and often will be told, that they do not need a buyer's agent, and they definitely do need a buyer's agent. The third thing I think that they need to understand is that in order to for you to be able to show them properties that you have listed and allow you to work both sides if you wish, they would need to agree to dual agency, in which you would be a neutral party. And then a subcategory of dual agency is designated agency. And that would be a case where you are showing a Savvy listing that's not yours, and you can represent their interests exclusively in that case. I do want everybody to have buyers and sellers initial the dual agency and designated agency spots on the buyer agreements and listing agreements. All that does is simply allow you to serve in that capacity and saves you from having to go back and get that later. That pretty much covers what we talked about the other day. The next meeting is going to be on November 8th in Ballantyne at 10:30, and we're going to talk about due diligence. Hope you can join us. Thanks.